just a disclaimer before you start watching this video, there is some themes that some people might find triggering about things like drug use, self-harm, suicide, depression, sexual abuse, stuff like that. So if you could be triggered by anything, please watch this video at an appropriate time or when you've got someone to support you, because I don't want to upset anyone. This is just to help people. All the proceeds of this video will be going to Mind. It's a charity that I've got a lot of time for, a lot of respect for, and a lot of love for. So all the advertising revenue on this video, if YouTube doesn't demonetize it, because they might, will be given to Mind to support people that need help. And if you do need help, you know, there's some great organisations, Mind, the Samaritans, there's loads of online resources, and there's also this book, Broken Boys, Mending Men, which really helped me. Hello, legends. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Link. Today we're probably going to have the realest talk we've ever had on the channel. I'm very nervous about this, but I feel like it's something I need to do for me. So I think I'll just start with, like, over the last probably year, lots of you have noticed I've been really inconsistent. There's been a couple of times where I've just not uploaded for like a month, or I've just disappeared, like in the middle of Vlogmas. Like, I was doing Vlogmas and then I wasn't all of a sudden. And yeah, also people know I recently left my job. I don't know where to start. So I think where I'll start is I've recently been trying to, like, improve my physical health. Like, I've lost some weight and stuff, and been trying to look after myself a little bit more. I've still been enjoying myself, don't get me wrong. I've still been living it up, but just trying to be a bit more sensible. And I think I was just kind of basically kidding myself about my like mental health. Like, I've felt in quite a dark place for almost a year, like a really dark place, but like through patches of my whole life since I was a kid, I've had these kind of like dark spells, and like I've really struggled with it. So recently, about 2 months ago nearly now, basically was having some tests and stuff, and I had to go see my doctor, and they basically put me on antidepressants. I take sertraline. I started on 50 milligrams, but it's been up to 100 now, and we're going to see how that goes, which means I can't have grapefruit juice anymore, which is it's a bummer, because grapefruit is in a lot of nice cocktails. Like last night, I went out for someone's birthday and there was all these cocktails, and I don't know, I had 3 different cocktails that were all beautiful, but I avoided the grapefruit juice ones because it can interact with certain SSRIs apparently. But anyway, yeah, my doctor put me on antidepressants, and because of the job I had at the time, my doctor said you need to take 2 weeks off work. You're going to be unpredictable when you first start taking these antidepressants. Your mood swings and stuff could be more volatile than ever. Suicidal urges could, especially in the immediate period, could be like stronger or more intense. And like, I've never been like a big one for self-harm, and I say that, but like recently I did for a short period start cutting myself, which is, it feels like a crazy thing to admit to, but yeah, I recently did start cutting myself a little bit, and it did actually give me a little bit of relief from how I felt, but it doesn't really do anything, and it stings like a bitch. And every time I did it, I just felt worse after. It never ever actually helped me, so I wouldn't, you know, I'm going to advocate that it's helpful, because it just wasn't. It was relief for like 30 seconds to feel crappy for the next 2 days. Like, it did nothing for me. But yeah, my mental health was going down. It was getting worse. And I've got a lot of stuff to be happy about. Like, there's 1,100 legends subscribed to the channel now. And I think it's hard because I had a job. I was a director. It's all very fancy and sounded good. And, I'm in the YouTube partner program. And I think the hardest thing is that people know me as quite a happy person. And a relatively successful person. I don't think I've failed at many things I aspire to do. So a lot of people don't understand that I can be depressed. And I think as I've had and I've not spoken to many people about having depression, but a lot of people don't really get it. And I think that's why I wanted to do this video, because my depression stems from repeated sexual abuse from one particular person in my childhood. That is it's not the cause of all my problems. I wouldn't ever want to give that person even that much power over me, but that is the thing that caused me to have so many mental health struggles throughout my life. Even to the point I'm 27 now, so we're talking about 17 years ago. This person, I've not seen them for years. They're nothing to do with me anymore. They're not. I don't bump into them or anything. They don't live near me. It's just, it's not. They're not there. They're not around me, and that's obviously a good thing. But the fear of it is, and I think it's hard to put into words how violated it made me feel. And to be fair, I'm not going to try and put into words how horrible it was, because it would just be traumatic for me. It wouldn't be fun for you. But if anyone wants to try and feel what I feel and what I felt, and get a gist of the experience of it, that I was an innocent little kid and I was fucking violated, and it still affects me 20 years on. Fucking, if you want to get a sense for what that is like, I got this really good book which is called Broken Boys Mending Men. It says recovery from childhood. It says recovery from childhood sexual abuse. Stephen D. Grubman Black. It's basically a load of people's true stories, written by a therapist, but in the first person. And I think it really gives you a feel of how I felt. But also, the important thing for me with this book was, as someone who's been sexually abused, there's a loneliness. There's a horrible, dark loneliness. And I never told anyone until about 2 years ago. I never told a person, not one soul on the earth. And then 2 years ago, I was finishing up my psychology degree, 2-3 years ago, finishing up my psychology degree. We'd done some work about people who'd been abused and stuff, and I'd learned a lot about the mind and memory, which, I found fascinating. And, we had a wonderful lecturer who used to be obsessed with memory as well, and he helped a lot. But it just made me kind of realize it's time to sort of face it and talk about it. And at the time, I spoke to my girlfriend Amy, who was wonderful. talking about how amazing she is would probably make me more upset than talking about the abuse, because she's just like the best thing that ever happened to me, like hands down. But I told her a couple of years ago, and I didn't think I'd ever want to tell anyone else. And then a little while later, I spoke to some other people, and depression was like taking a hold on me. And you guys know I'm scared of doctors and hospitals and everything. And I went to see a doctor, and like I say, I'm now on antidepressants. They made me take 2 weeks off my job. The short version, and I'm not really allowed to talk about it, so this isn't me like digging out my old employer in any way. I wish them every success. I wish them every happiness. I have no ill feelings towards them, because like hate generates hate. Love breeds love. That's what I always believe. So I think I don't want to get into some big negative thing with them. But within the 2 weeks that I was off sick because my antidepressants were going to make me unpredictable, my employer basically said, I don't want you to come back. And that obviously fucking hurt, because I loved my job and I thought I was fucking good at my job, but it did used to stress me out. It did used to make me depressed. I did used to take on more than I should. Like the whole quiet quitting movement at the moment, I wasn't part of that. I was doing like 80-hour weeks at times, 90-hour weeks, 100-hour weeks, on call 24/7. Just it was taking a physical toll on my body, which, you know, was part of the reason why I didn't really fight it, and I've left the job, right? So I'm currently unemployed. My doctor's not super keen on me getting another job. She wants me to spend some time to like heal, but I personally think if there's a fun job opportunity for me, I'm going to go grasp it and do it and enjoy it. But obviously, in the meantime, I'm going to make content for you guys because I love doing that and I enjoy it. But yeah, so I have depression. I have to take antidepressants every day. I think it's really important men speak up about their mental health. I think it's really, really crucial that we have chats about men's mental health, and that it's okay to not be okay, and it's okay to reach out and talk to someone. And everyone I have reached out and talked to, like, everyone's been so supportive, and it's been touching, to be fair, to have so many people be nice to me about it. This video is very scary for me, like, because I think at this point in my life I've told less than 10 people about the abuse when I was a kid, and now the world knows, I guess. And like, I think one thing I do want to do is I want to try and use my experience to maybe help others who are in similar situations. If this video could help one person talk about it when they couldn't, it's worth it for me. And what I want to say is, like, I didn't talk about it for like 15, 17 years to no one. And that didn't help. And I had this thing eating me up, like destroying me from the inside of like my fucking soul, like just this thing torturing me every fucking day. And sometimes worse than others, obviously. Like, some days it would be horrific, some days I'd barely think about it, but every day it's there, and things remind you of it, and it's hard, and it's so hard. And when you share that with people you love and people that love you, they take some of the burden. And I do mean that. And I mean, like, the people I've spoken to about the fucking shit in my past have all been amazing. I did write a little script on my phone, which I found it hard to tell people. So I wrote this little script on my phone, which I give people to read, and it basically just says, I'm sorry for all the times I've been a dickhead, because I accept I'm not perfect, and I'm pretty fucking close, but yeah, it's just sort of like as an apology, but also it apologises about some of the stupid behaviour I've had in the past, because I have been someone who's, you know, used drugs and all sorts of stupid shit to try and numb my feelings at times. And I think that's somewhere I'd massively urge people to go talk about your feelings. Like, don't take like a shitload of drugs to try and feel something different. I think sometimes with emotion, it's important that you feel the feeling. I think I've spent too long trying to kill bad emotions, and I'm now sort of embracing them to help me to deal with them. And I think a massive part of that is obviously talking to people and being honest. And like, obviously, like, this is like the legends community, if we want to call it that. There's a lot of you guys who send me lovely messages every day. Some of you guys see me in the shop and you stop me for a selfie, and I appreciate everything, you know, the people with the merch, the people that watch the videos. I honestly appreciate you all so much, and this channel is like such a beacon of light and hope, and I think love. And don't get me wrong, I love a rant, but I think we're quite a positive space, and I just want to thank you all for being part of that, and long may it continue. But if I am not myself in the odd video, at least you know why now. And I know, like, sometimes I've uploaded the video and people just text me like, are you okay? Or they message me on Discord, are you okay? And I do appreciate it, but I just think, like, I have depression, guys. It's not going to go away anytime soon. It's been floating in my head for that many years that it's not something I'm going to get over tomorrow or next week or maybe even next year. So just bear in mind that it's going to be there in the background, and just let's keep this the positive, embracing place it is. And just, yeah, if you are struggling, please talk to someone. Don't be scared to go see a doctor. I honestly fucking hate doctors. You can watch any of my vlogs where I go and get like my COVID jab or anything like that. I hate them. Or the one where I thought I'd broken my foot. I hate doctors. I always have. Part of that probably stems from where I can be funny about people touching me, which obviously there's a pretty obvious link to that, to my childhood probably, but I hate doctors. I do, but I swear I went to the doctors and the doctor was wonderful and she was so helpful and she made me feel so much better. So please, like, if you are struggling, go get help. Talk to someone. And also, like, if you know someone who's struggling, just look after them, and don't, like, I think one of the hardest things for me is, like, some people at times might go soft on me because I've got depression at the moment, and they might like not take the piss out of me and stuff. Like, we can still have a laugh, we can still enjoy ourselves, and I think laughter's the best medicine. It definitely is. So yeah, just try and be supportive to people that are going through stuff like this, because it's hard. And you know, like today, I'm filming this today. I've been thinking about filming this for about 6 weeks. It took 6 weeks for me to just sit down and go, right, let's just make it. And I haven't obviously uploaded the video yet, but it already feels like a bit of a weight is lifted off my shoulders. Because I share a lot of my life with you guys, and I'm always advocating for men's mental health and honesty and openness, and I felt without sort of speaking my truth, I couldn't be honest with you guys. I couldn't tell you all as it is, and appreciate that. Thanks so much for watching today, guys. If you've enjoyed that, you can click up here and you can watch another video of mine. Or if you really love it, if you really, really love it, or even if you just like it a little bit, go down here and subscribe to the channel. It means you'll never ever miss what is coming up real soon.